Hello guys, CG11 here, and wow, we reached 900 subs. And to celebrate, I'm gonna do this video that I wanted to do for a while now actually. It's a full-on collection update video. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so here we're gonna start off with red. This is an old figure actually, even though he has aged well. Oh my goodness gracious. I got this figure way back in 2016 when the first Angry Birds movie released, and it has been with me ever since. So his color bleeded, that's why I had to modify him with a Sharpie. Then, as you can see, I gave him spots, and the normal Mattel Red doesn't come with spots. I gave him spots with acrylic paint since the other markers I used, including some Sharpies, they weren't permanent. In fact, on other figures, they just made stuff worse. And fun fact, I just remembered, underneath these spots are actually lighter spots that are about this color, I think. Well, actually, you're seeing this kind of orangish, but it's actually really, really red. So that's one thing that the camera has, huh? Alright, next up we got Chuck, and this figure is also very old. So here's the thing, funny story about Chuck. First of all, my baby cousin, when she was a baby, she tried to eat this guy once. So that's a very traumatic memory that this figure has. And unfortunately, over time, there are chips. His beak got chipped, even though you can't really notice it because, you know, Chuck himself is yellow. But yeah, I think you can notice the scratch. It happened when the channel first started, actually. I think I showed it in the last collection video. Yeah, though I still really like this figure, and I'll be keeping him around for a while. Here's Bomb. This guy, alright, so I got these three out of the same set from Knock on Wood 2013, or Knock on Wood International, if that's what you want to call it. And Bomb here is the best condition one out of these three. So Red's color bleeded, but since Bomb is completely black, even if his color bleeds, it's just the same. And I think I took very good care of this guy, so he's still in good condition. Alright, so now we got the blues. Here is, I believe it's Jim, the youngest. Here is Jake, the middle child. And Jay, the oldest. So I can tell them apart thanks to this guy having a little scratch on his eye, and this guy being the best condition one, and this guy's condition is just alright. So this is the last one I got, actually. It came like this, unfortunately. This is the one I got in between, and this is the first one I got. So that's how I'm able to tell them apart. So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Gerard painted over his ones. I probably won't, since mine's colors are still good enough, I think. But when the time comes, I might have to paint them over as well. Here is Matilda, the mother figure to the Angry Birds. And fun fact, so this is my second Matilda actually. So I had a Matilda before this, which I'm pretty sure is in here. But since that Matilda had a little thing on her cheek, I had to replace it when I got this one. And this guy also has something on her cheek, but it's gone, so at least that's something nice. So all these figures are actually in near perfect condition, besides Chuck, obviously. Alright, next up on the agenda, we got Hal. And Hal is also, I actually got Hal before the blues and Matilda, fun fact. So Hal here in Turkey is actually very common. I have quite a lot of Hals, which I'm planning to turn one into the Space Hal that they revealed last year. I think it was last year. It might be 2 years ago, actually. Oh shit. Anyway, so this is my Hal figure. Really love this guy. He has been in perfect condition ever since I got him. And unfortunately, since Hal's a forgotten character, we don't get much merchandise of him, so it's this figure and the K'NEX figure we have of him. And thank God they made this figure with his classic design, because this is my favorite one. And to those who don't know, Hal has quite a lot of designs, despite being the Angry Bird that has appeared the least throughout the series. So that's a fun fact about Hal for you. Boom. So here we have Terrence, the big brother bird. So fun fact about this Terrence, I got this guy actually quite recently. So my old Terrence, I turned into Tony, which is Terrence and Red's cousin. And I'll show him in a bit, but this is my new Terrence, and he is also in perfect condition. But I will be replacing this guy and Tony soon, because I will be getting a K'NEX Terrence. Because, well, while this guy is great and all, he isn't all that size accurate, if you will. Even though I love this figure. It's an excellent figure, like, no doubt about it. So here we got my favorite figure out of the bunch. And the crown jewel of my collection, here is Bubbles. So I have been obsessed with this figure ever since I saw him. And I got him a few years back when this channel first opened, thanks to one of my relatives. So if she's watching this, thank you so much. Even though after I got him, he got a slight scar on his eye, or pupils actually, I fixed it with a Sharpie, so Bubbles is still in good condition. So technically this bird was introduced before Stella, but I'm gonna go in order. So here is Stella. And I got this Stella thanks to my good friend Fox Gamers. So Fox, if you're watching this, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And even though I might replace this Stella in the future because I don't really like her appearance, this incredibly rare figure was, well, we traded it actually. It was not really a gift, but thank you so much, Fox Gamer, nevertheless, because I highly doubt that I would be able to find this figure here, so yeah. So next up on the agenda, we got Icebird. Fun fact, so Mattel made two versions of Icebird. There's this one from 2013, and there is the original one from the 2012 space game. So the Icebird you see right here uses the same material as all of the figures you see right here, but the Icebird from 2012, it actually uses a different material. So when it comes to showing my extras, when that time comes, I will show you the difference between this one and the 2012 one. But I prefer this one since this makes him appear more icy, if you will, or cold. So yeah, that's Icebird. Here is Silver, and my god, actually this figure is, well, how should I put this in words? This figure is quite, yeah, it's quite old. Fun fact, so there is actually a face behind all of this, which my grandmother made it for me way back when. And then when it came to starting this channel, I knew that I couldn't just use that since it was very outdated and it was just kind of messy all over the place. So I decided to upgrade my Silver, and it turned out pretty good. Even though I'm gonna upgrade her in the future, I won't replace her since the back ain't doing so good. And I put a knockoff Angry Birds egg toy inside her to make her more heavy. And her beak is done out of Play-Doh, and I painted it over with acrylic paint. So yeah, that's Silver. Hold on a moment, there's someone missing. Oh, that's right, it's Minnie. So Minnie is, well, I'll be doing a lore dump here. So when I first got these figures, actually before I got these figures, my cousin made this, well, it's actually done out of sugar paste, unlike most of my clay figures, which are done out of Play-Doh. My cousin did it when he was very young, and we made it so that this guy is Red and Terrence's long-lost brother. So while I was opening the channel, I wanted to add something unique to my series, and I thought, you know what, why not? Let's add Minion into the series. Even though this figure is incredibly outdated, like after I opened the channel, or even before that actually, his eyebrow fell off, and his design, while it's cute, I guess you can say, it's very outdated. So I'll be updating Mini in the future, and I'm gonna be giving him an episode, you know, just kind of explaining how he joined the flock. So if I want to make a Mini a fully fledged member of the flock, I might as well, you know, give him an origin story so, you know, he ain't forgotten. And you know, me and my friend Electric were chatting in Instagram way back when, and he kind of said, you know, this guy's really forgettable, you should give him an episode. And I'm like, yeah, I probably should. So either I give him an episode in Season 2, or I'll just squeeze in an episode in Season 1. Either one works for me, but for now, he has no episode, and he's kind of forgotten. But don't worry, I will update his figure, and he will be fully introduced. So yeah, with that, that's the main flock, but now I'm going to be showing you some of the side birds. By the way, I won't be doing the thing that Gerard does, and he just kind of tosses it all down, so I'll just put them somewhere else. So I just put them here, and by the way, I'm making a house tutorial as we speak. So yeah, I'm waiting for that figure to dry. Unfortunately, his beak fell off, so we gotta wait a little. Alright, so starting off with our first side bird, you all may know this guy. Fun fact, this guy's video I made on my channel is actually what really set this channel off. It's one of the videos that set this channel off. So this guy is Tony. He is supposed to be Red and Terrence's cousin, who lives in Finland. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this figure is very outdated. His color has kind of worn off a little bit, which I will repaint him, but I don't think I should, considering the fact that I'll be getting two K'NEX Terrences, and I will just paint them, one of them blue, and make them Tony. So unfortunately, this Tony is gonna get replaced. And fun fact, this Tony is my old Terrence figure. You can tell by the fact that I painted his beak over with acrylic paint. So yeah, with that, that's Tony. Alright, so here we got Hockey Bird, or as most of you all call him, Ollie. I will call him Ollie too. So Ollie is a hockey player, and he is a younger brother of Tony, so he's a cousin of Red and Terrence as well. And technically Minnie too. Man, why do I always forget about Minnie? Anyway, so his beak was actually way bigger, but once it fell off, and it got cracked, so I couldn't use that beak again. I couldn't glue it on, so I decided to make a new beak, which turned out to be very, very small, which was a big mistake. But I will be upgrading this figure in the future. I will give him, you know, his feathers and everything. He will look more, I guess, furry. And I will definitely change his beak after this video because it looks hideous. Well, due to his hat, the Mattel Terrence figure doesn't really compare to him, I guess. That's why I want to change it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is one of the newer Angry Birds. Here is Melody, and I say newer because, holy shit, Rovio added in like 3 new Angry Birds within 2 years. Like, what the fuck? Anyway though, here is Melody. This is the second figure of her that I made. The first one isn't very good. You will see her in the extras section. But I did not make her tail, unfortunately, yeah. So Melody's power is basically she sucks in objects, pigs, etc, etc, and then she spits them out. And not gonna lie, that kind of sounds overpowered. I remember seeing her gameplay. I'm not sure if she is meta in Angry Birds 2 or not, because it's been a while since I played Angry Birds 2. I'm pretty sure I have a video on my channel where I played Tower of Fortune, or should I say Misfortune. And that was the last time I played Angry Birds 2, so... So here we have the next newest Angry Bird. Here is Joe. And he is the newest duck reskin. I mean, actually, they made him a playable character in the newest Angry Birds game exclusive to Apple Arcade, Angry Birds Bounce. So finally, Joe, after a year of being not playable and being a duck reskin, finally got his chance to shine. Gee. So Joe was introduced in 2023, I think. Yeah, he was introduced in 2023 for, I believe, Pride Month. Yeah, and Joe is a non-binary bird. So if you don't know what non-binary is, basically they don't identify themselves with any gender, so they go by they and them. And I'd like to think that Melody and Joe are a duo, considering that Joe likes to dance and Melody likes to sing, obviously, if you couldn't tell by her name. So yeah, that's Joe, and I also did not give him a tail. Because when I give these figures tails, they just always fall off, and I have to glue them back on. So yeah. So here is the only member of the Stella flock that I actually made a figure of. Here is Poppy. Now, I know she didn't turn out very great, but... Oh, look, I was rushing her, alright? I actually wanted to do the entire Stella flock, which I will do, but for now it's just Poppy. Sad Poppy noises. So those are the side birds out of the way. Now we can move on to the pigs. So finally, we can move on to the pigs. Now first we got King Pig, the ruler of Piggy Island. So this King Pig figure is actually in terrible condition. I should probably get a new one, actually. So one of my friends actually said, you know, your King Pig figure looks like it survived a world war or something, which... I don't know what this child did to him. But my god, whoever owned this guy, you owe this guy a massive apology. By the way, I think I can fix his eye. Hopefully. And by the way, this guy is technically a Mattel Activity figure. I don't think it says Mattel here, but yeah, this is technically a Mattel figure. Well, not of the board games, but it's kind of like, think of it like Skylanders or the Telepods. So you scan this guy into the game, and you get 3 different game modes, I think. And that was when Angry Birds Classic was around. R.I.P. Actually, R.I.P. again, they deleted Angry Birds Classics 2 times. Holy shit. Here is 4-Man Pig. Now, I thought of giving him the blue eye, but not as of yet. He has his own construction hat, which, by the way, this is actually a knockoff construction hat. I don't know where I found this from, but yeah. And this is his construction hat. Fun fact, this is actually the first 4-Man Pig I ever got. Here we have the legendary Corporal Pig. And yes, I have finally updated my Corporal Pig figure. It looks pretty good, I think. I will still make some modifications to this guy. But for now, I think he looks good. Now, thinking of it now, he's actually kind of tiny. So the Play-Doh I used on this guy is not really the main Play-Doh brand. I use a different brand, and for some reason, it shrinks. Like, whenever it dries, it shrinks. I don't know if that happens in normal Play-Doh, and I don't know if it, but like, this one, it does. So yeah. And you'll see a few more figures that I use this clay on. Since I talked about one of those figures, here's one of them. Here is Chef Pig, which I made out of the same material as I did with my Corporal Pig. So this guy too shrinked dramatically, but I think it turned out just fine. And if you couldn't tell that he shrinks, his mustaches are a little out of proportion, monsieur. I made his hand out of clay. I might replace it with just paper in the future, but since he can stand, no problem. I just hope he doesn't just shrink more, because like he's already smaller than the Minion pigs, which is a problem. So yeah, that was Chef Pig. Here is one of my favorite figures I've ever made. Here is Professor Pig. This guy turned out excellent. Like, it's literally perfect. I absolutely love how he turned out. He has his little bow tie and everything, his teeth. Unfortunately, I didn't make his glasses, which I do intend on making, but I just don't know when. So yeah, that's Professor Pig. Oh, by the way, fun fact, Professor Pig is the father of Silver. So yeah, that's a fun fact for you. So next up we got Chronicler Pig, and this figure hasn't aged well in the slightest. I was really proud of making him the first time around I made him, but over time, he just got worse. His nose is now sticking out even more. His hair is all messy, and this bow tie went from here to here and is now splitting apart, apparently. And he lost his eyebrows, which is really sad. And Chronicler Pig is responsible of writing the law in Pig City. And with that, that's Chronicler Pig. Alright, so we got the duo from Bad Piggies. First of all, Ross, the main protagonist of the Bad Piggies game. And we got Mechanic Pig, which is his partner, who builds the contraptions that Ross uses to penetrate the terrain. So these were just Mattel Minion pigs that I customized to make these two. So I gave Ross his freckles, and I gave Mechanic Pig a hat that I had lying around. So that turned out nicely. Wait, there are two more pigs actually I gotta introduce. So here are the two Minion pigs that tag along with Corporal Pig. So here's Samson, and here is Gregory. There you guys go. I'm able to tell them apart because these are actually some of the first figures I got. So this guy has a scratch in his eye, and this guy is just a different color compared to this guy. I think you can tell. I hope the camera is able to distinguish their colors. Yeah. So yeah, that's Samson and Gregory. Holy shit, I almost forgot about Hambo. So Hambo is this one pig in Angry Birds Toons who is seeking treasure and stuff, and yeah. But Gerard the Redbird, a friend of mine, gave him an arc where he seeks revenge against Red. So I might make an arc like that, I don't know, but for now, Hambo is Corporal Pig's most trusted soldier. He actually had like those, I guess, mud or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, he had those, but unfortunately they just went away. Unfortunately, yeah. So that's Hambo. Alright, so one of my Connects pigs, I give the Mattel cowboy hat, and it's Earl, the cowboy pig. And surprisingly, the Mattel hat looks good on him, so yeah. That's Earl. And I'm pretty confident I should have another, oh, wait, who was it? Oh, that's right, I updated Piggy McCool at last. I looked at Gerard's tutorial, and it turned out amazing. So I'm really proud of making this figure. It's excellent. Unfortunately, the clay I used for his skin is kind of really dark, but it's alright. I think it's good. And by the way, he can do this. Hold on. He can actually take off his beak. So yeah, that's something he can do. So if you couldn't tell already, Piggy McCool is actually not on the pig side. He's on the bird side. He has been the ally of the birds and a big fan of them ever since Angry Birds Epic. And yeah, ever since then, he has stuck by them. With that, that's Piggy McCool. So next up on the agenda here is Frozen 4-Man Pig, the rarest figure I have. And I'm going to be giving this guy to Fox Gamer soon. I don't want anything to do with this guy anymore. And I don't really care about him anymore, so I'm going to give him to Fox. We're going to do another trade. So yeah, this is probably the last time this guy is going to ever appear on my channel. Fox, if you're watching this, I hope you take good care of this guy. I'm gonna miss him very much, but honestly, I don't care about him. But here is a frozen pig figure that I do care about a lot. Here is frozen Minion pig. And this guy has been in great condition ever since I got him. Unlike this guy and my other frozen format pig, which I also gave Fox, they have been in mid condition. But this guy has been in good condition ever since. So yeah, those are the frozen pigs. Dude, I almost forgot I made you recently. So here is Handsome Pig from Angry Birds Stella. So this guy actually wears a wig, which is removable. And he sims for Gale, the main antagonist of Angry Birds Stella. I think he kind of looks cool, but his hair is unfortunately not finished. So I'm going to polish his hair up a little bit. Maybe completely replace his hair and give him just normal cardboard hair. Whatever it is, I'm going to update it later on. So yeah. Here is another pig I made along with Handsome Pig. Here is Hector Porco. He appeared in Mirror Worlds in Angry Birds Space. And yeah, I actually had a figure of Hector Porco, another paper figure, but I unfortunately lost it. So I made this one, which I think looks way better, to be honest. So yeah, that's Hector Porco. By the way, while I'm at it, let me show you this terrible girl pig that I made recently. I know it's bad, just don't judge me, please. I don't know what I was doing. Dude, how can I forget about this guy?
Oh my god! He's real!
Yeah, this is Construction Hat Pig. And he is wearing the 2013 construction hats. So yeah, this is the pig I use. So fun fact, so eagle-eyed viewers would know that I actually do use this pig as a Minion pig. But thanks to this guy having this goofy eye, I'm able to tell them apart. So I can just make a Construction Hat Pig and then a regular Minion pig. So yeah, that's Construction Hat Pig. Oof, that's quite a lot of pigs already, but hold on. We have big figs and we still have the Minion pigs to go. So before I show you the big custom figures, here is this pirate pig, I guess you can call him pirate. Or you can just call him pig with an eye patch. But I put a cowboy hat on him to make him look like Piggiana Jones from Angry Birds Epic. So, fun fact, Fox actually sent me this, along with the Stella and Happy Holidays 2013 with a trade, so yeah, that's very nice of him. Thank you, Fox, if you're watching this. Oh boy, big figs. So first of all, we got, I think his name was Goliath Pig. So this guy appears in Angry Birds Toon as a prisoner, and sometimes he has beef with Chuck or Terrence. So I made this based off Gerard's, Goliath Pig. And Gerard helped me make this, so thank you so much, Gerard. But he has a secret, besides a big ass. I didn't make his back, because I wanted to hold him like this. And yeah, he does have an ass. But most of the time, you won't see this guy's back, so yeah. That's Goliath Pig, and sorry, King Pig. Didn't mean to push over the king. So here's this it's kind of like King Pig, but like it's just a big Minion pig I did recently. So yeah, that's him. And of course, we cannot forget the giant Porcador. Ooh, he's quite big, but I do need to update him because his sides don't look so good. And he is starting to age a little bit, but he still looks incredibly good. So yeah, that's my El Porcador. If he could stand, yeah, thank you. So we still have quite a lot of special picks to go, but here is King Mudbeard. So I made this guy based off the sprite that Blue J5678 made with Gerard. He turned out pretty good. I actually changed his eye sac color to be purple to match his power in my series. It was normally blue in the sprite, and I gave him this gorgeous crown. I mean, he does have the crown, but you know, I just changed it a little bit. I don't think I changed it actually. It's just the same thing. Yeah, but he actually used to have like a purple gem on top of it, but it kept falling off, and to the point where I'm like, yeah, I gave up. So that's King Mudbeard. Now, moving away from the big figures, here is a Agent Pig. So this guy's eyes were actually completely terrible, and I decided to turn him into an Agent Pig. And his name is Agent Kissing. Yes, Agent Kissing, you heard that right. Now, there is Agent Kissing. Dude, how can I miss this guy? So here's this Ninja Pig. Nothing really that special. I just made him out of black clay and just slapped on some green on him and called him a Ninja Pig. Yeah, he has these Mickey Mouse ears. It's not ears, but you know, it's supposed to be a tie. Yeah, that's Ninja Pig. So, ladies and gentlemen, here I have a Bandit Pig, which I made out of an old Mattel figure. So, there you go, Bandit Pig. Go over there. Yeah. And it actually turned out pretty good, so I'm proud of it. Unfortunately, his cape is cracking, and his cape has also accumulated a lot of dust. But that's sad, but nothing I can do about it. Here is, I hope so, the final special pig. Here is this random Dr. Pig I made. It's not the Dr. Pig you see. It's just this random paper Dr. Pig I made. It's kind of inspired by the scientists in Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. So yeah, that's a random Dr. Pig for you. Alright, gentlemen, so here are the Halloween pigs I made for the Halloween special. Here's a pumpkin pig, papercraft. I think it turned out nicely. Here is a wizard pig, which I gave him the sorting hat, but it's blue. And he has the invisibility cloak. Look, I know I did not spend that much effort on it, but you know, it's alright, I think it's good. And here's a ghost pig. Man, it still feels like I'm forgetting someone. Oh, by the way, here is Hat Piglet. So people actually made fun of me of not having a Hat Piglet figure, despite having Hat Kid as my channel mascot at some point. Yeah, I did not make her hat, but I will make it. Don't worry, I will. It will just take time. Trust me. I'm pretty sure I do have purple cardboard, but I'm too lazy. Now, guys, there's actually one more figure I do know the existence of, but it's Clown Pig, and I can't seem to find him. Alright, I actually found him. He was hiding behind the Destiny's Bounty, so here is the Clown Pig, which is inspired by Pennywise. And with that, I think that's all the special pigs. At least I hope so, because oh my goodness gracious, this is quite a lot, and they are not fitting over here. So I shall move them. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the part I'm going to enjoy the most, because this is going to be the part where I'm going to get to flex all my Minion pigs. So we got Samson and Gregory. We have Mechanic and Ross. We have Construction F Pig. We got the Eye Patch Pig. We got Hambo. So we got Frozen Minion Pig. Alright, so I have these two Connects pigs, one of them being Earl. I think this is Earl, yeah. Here we got a Pez Dispenser Pig, which looks a lot like a Mattel Pig. So I am just arranging all of them, and this is a disgusting amount of Mattel pigs. Oof. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got 5 rows, and each of them are about 9. So 5 times 9, we get 45. I got 45 Minion pigs. That is quite a lot, let me tell you. I hope there isn't any that I missed, because this is all of them. I mean, if I include the custom stuff, it's probably going to be like 50 or 60, so just so you know. Alright, gentlemen, so here is my Mighty Eagle figure. Here is Zeta, which appeared in Mighty Experiments Part 2. They had an epic duel. And I was able to make Zeta again, thanks to my friend Gerard. So, Gerard, thank you once again. And just like Goliath Pig, I did not do her back, so I can hold her like this. Like a puppet, kinda. Yeah. And plus I was lazy. So this Bubbles was waiting here for a while. So this is a Tesco Bubbles plush. But just like how Gerard did it, I turned it into inflated bubbles. But this isn't the only inflated bubbles I have, because I have the 8-inch inflated bubbles plush, which is the one I'm using. Whoa, I'm quite big! Yeah, I'm glad I got this one. So guys, before I move on to the Order of the Demon King, here are the space blocks. So we got Space Red, Space Chuck. Here is the rare Space Bomb figure. Let me just put these two together real quick. Yeah, there we go. Here I have a Lightning Blue figure, which again Fox sent me. Thank you so much, Fox. And here we have the Terrence that comes with the Space Bomb and Ice Pig pack. Oh, by the way, how can I forget about this guy? So this guy came in a lot I bought, which had quite a few Kinect figures. And speaking of Kinect figures, so I have a Kinect Space Red, and I have an absolutely fucked up Kinect Space Chuck. And yeah, that was the Space Block. Next up on the agenda, ladies and gentlemen, is the Order of the Demon King. Starting off with, we got Dr. Pig from Angry Birds Fight. So I made this figure a while back when I first opened the channel. Even though it's outdated, I still keep it around because it has never cracked, surprisingly. It's probably due to the fact that it's made out of sugar paste. So yeah, this is Dr. Pig. Next up we have Devil Pig, an original character made by me. I made this when I was 10 or something, yeah. So his original horn fell off, so I attached this Play-Doh horn. And I'm gonna keep him around, yeah. Even though this guy is very, very old, I like him enough to the point where I just don't update him. But one that I did update was Chaos Pig. Yeah, I completely revamped him. So the old one was, well, first of all, it was extremely old. Its ears fell off, and it was not that good in the first place. I can't believe I kept him for like a good amount of episodes. So from next episode and onwards, it's gonna be this guy. I even gave him the brain that Chaos has in the Sonic Adventure games. So yeah, that's Chaos Pig, the new and improved version. Next up, we got Ghost Pig, and this Ghost Pig is actually based on a prototype plush that was not released by Commonwealth. He is kind of small, not gonna lie, but I'm fine with it. He was killed, and Mudbeard just kind of resurrected him with a gem. Now he is half dead, half alive. So he's a ghost. So concluding the original 5 members of the Order, we got Richard. He is the father of 4-Man Pig. Yeah, 4-Man Pig is this guy's son. Now, I got quite a lot of flack for just making a 2011 4-Man Pig spotter, but I think it's original. And I have been calling this figure Richard since who knows when. So, due to nostalgia, this guy is staying. Yeah, so that's the original 5 members. Next up, we have the newcomers. Alright, so first off, kicking off the newcomers, we got Grandmaster Pork. So, while I was making that Ninja Pig, I thought of, kind of upgrading him. And then Angry Birds Evolution actually came to mind, and I'm like, you know what? Why not make him a white pig, and a white Ninja Pig, then give him a black belt and these blue stuff, and it looked pretty cool. And yeah, this is Grandmaster Pork. He can fire off energy balls, which is pretty cool. Next up, we got Nathan, a original character made by my friend Cars Ignite 94, aka Hero. He allowed me to use a character, so originally it was going to be a dark blue, then I decided to make it purple so it looks different, but I couldn't slap on his stars, so he turned out like this. But even then, he turned out pretty good actually, I think it's good, but unfortunately, him and his hat have been collecting dust for ages. Oof. Next up, we got Pyro Pig. He was made by a fan of mine, a fellow content creator, a friend, Odyssey. I decided to call him Nagini too, at one point. Voldemort's pet snake Nagini, yeah, that guy. So this is Pyro Pig, aka Nagini. He kinda reminds me of that one snake in Ninjago Season 11. So here's another one made by a community member. This was made by Might Be Red for the Assassination 101 video, which is coming out. It's essentially a Minion pig that looks like 4-Man Pig, which wears glasses, which wears a bandana. He also has a knife, but I don't know what happened to it. So yeah, this is a assassin. Next up, we got the Zombie Pig from Angry Birds Epic. Yeah, I think you guys would remember this guy. At least I hope so. Yeah, so I decided to add him into the order, because why not? Next up, we got Tally. Okay, I know what you guys are going to say. Wait, ain't this Tooncell? And yeah, you would be right. So I decided to make Hal and Tooncell 2 different characters. This one is Tally, and the classic Hal is, well, Hal. And Tally is Hal's older brother, which they have been never communicating with ever since. So Tally is Hal's older brother, and Tally kind of despises Hal. I'm gonna be making a separate episode dedicated to Hal and Tally, explaining Hal's origin story, and how Tally decided to join the Order of the Demon King, which will probably be one of the best TLAV episodes. So stay tuned for that, and this is Tally. Here we have another member, which is this Shade Pig. So I have no idea what happened to one of his eyebrows. I just lost it. I based this guy off the shades in Hollow Knight, which I think it turned out pretty cool, yeah. So there you go. By the way, guys, I completely forgot that the clown pig you see here is also a part of the Order. So yeah, these are all the members, except one. Alright, so there is no Order of the Demon King without the Demon King himself, so I'll put Mudbeard, even though I did showcase him, along with this guy. So yeah, this is the entire Order of the Demon King, the main antagonists. So while making these guys, I was kind of inspired by Gerard's Hungry Birds, and I said, you know what, why don't we just make a unique set of characters that used to worship Mudbeard? And when I mean worship, I mean they used to work for Mudbeard, obviously. his loyal followers, and yeah, these guys are his loyal followers who seek revenge. And we'll see how the story unfolds in Season 1. So with that, that's all of the order. I will add more pigs, and if you want to add your own pigs to this order... By the way, guys, I do accept fan submissions, so if you want your own character to be featured here, feel free to share it and to tag me, and I'll see if I can, make it. And to see if it's good enough, obviously. So yeah, with that, that's all the members. Now, let's move on to fan OCs. By the way, guys, I completely forgot that this guy existed, so this guy is also a member of the order. This is a extra form pig that I customized to make a pirate pig. He is a father of the pirate pig you see in the, I think it was the Royal Pigs, yeah. With that out of the way, that is for sure all of the order members. Now we can finally move on to fan OCs. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So, is it time for fan fiction? Yes, precisely, it's time for fan fiction. Now, starting off the fan OCs, we got my OC. Just kidding, get the fuck out of here, you old fart. So, obviously, we got my OC. So, this is very old. One of my friends made it for me when we were back in, 5th grade, yeah. So, this thing is very, very old. It's outdated, but hey, I still use it because it's nostalgia. Now, next up, we got the F-Up Vids. So, first of all, we got Sarge, the leader of the F-Up Vids. Next, we got Brooklyn, the truck recolor. Then we got, I think this is supposed to be Toucan. Then we got Woodsy. And I forgot this guy's name.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Now, first off with the bird sonas, if you will, we got my friend JP's bird sona. Now, I actually upgraded this guy, so JP, you owe me, but I won't detail what I upgraded because if I do so, JP will kill me. Yeah, this is JP. Well, it's actually supposed to be called Toaster Bird, I believe. So yeah, this is Toaster Bird. Now, we got Bouncy, but his eyebrows are gone for some reason. Apparently, I tried to glue them back on, but it didn't work. Nah, who cares? Not gonna lie, I think it looks better without the eyebrows. But I'll probably add them back in to make it accurate, obviously. Alright, so the next bird sona is a very special one. Here we got the bird sona of Gerard the Redbird. It's called Rusty. It's the bird sona of my friend, good old hermit, Mighty Eagle, Gerard. So originally, I was actually thinking of replacing that belt with a paper belt before this video, but I decided not to show it off. Just one final time before I change some stuff. I was actually originally thinking of making the helmet and the backpack out of paper, but then I decided, you know what, why not? Let's make it a challenge and let's make it out of clay. Which I was not expecting it to turn out this good. And surprisingly, the hair never fell. So that's interesting. Oh no, it's shaking. Oh, come the fuck off! So it came off. I'll just glue it back real quick. Now, I hope that the figure is more stable now. Hopefully. You know what? Maybe I might change the helmet in the future. Who knows? Or maybe make a new one. So, Gerard, if you're watching this, then the words that are going to come out of my mouth are not going to be enough to express my gratitude, but thank you so much for voice acting in TLAB. Thank you so much for participating in all the collabs. Thank you for the thumbnail of the tier list video. Thank you for, well, all the stuff you taught me about editing and making custom figures, for your great mentorship, and most of all, for inspiring me to do this. So, if you're watching this, Gerard, thank you so much. So here comes another person that I couldn't have done without. Here is Danker. Wait a minute, Danker is not a bird sona. Well, since I'm showing off OCs, I might as well show Danker's one. I made this very recently. In fact, one of my subscribers commented that it looks like a book. I mean, they ain't entirely wrong, but yeah. I will give him fans in the future and I'll 100% fix this. And yeah, this is Danker Gold's iconic gold bar. Apparently, Danker does have a bird OC, but he did send me it, but I just prefer to do this one since it's more iconic. And Danker, I know you're watching this video, so thank you. Thank you so much for everything. For all the cool collabs, for all the amazing memories on the Discord server, for the voice acting opportunities, everything. By the way, I should definitely thank Danker for, making all the TLAB openings. Yeah, by the way, fun fact, Danker was the one who made every single TLAB opening, the special ones and everything. So, Danker, thank you so much. Here is another very important bird sona. Here is a bird sona of my friend Cars Ignite 95, aka Hero. I should especially thank Hero, considering the fact that he always supported me during the terrible times in the Angry Birds community, and he stood by me right until the end. So Hero, if you're watching this, thank you so much, man. I can't thank you enough. And he voice acted in a couple TLAB episodes, and I'm pretty sure he will voice act in more. So yeah, that's Hero. So I'm keep saying that these are incredibly important, but I really mean it. Here's another one. Here's Electric Bird, the friend of my good friend Electric. Oof, I made this figure more recently. Unfortunately, Electric is planning to retire after his AB series finale. But hey, this figure will keep his memory alive. So yeah, that's the OC of my friend Electric. So you can't really call this an OC, but here is a knockoff Purple Bird plush. He has unfortunately accumulated a lot of dust. But hey, I'm really proud of how this guy turned out. He's very tiny, which is fitting. Alright, here's another bird sona. Here is a bird sona of Angry Birds 4321, Angry Birds fan 4321. So, I call it Sir Bubble. It's essentially a Bubbles with a crown, and unfortunately, he cracked again. Right, now I'm praying that this guy doesn't break again. Yeah, so there we go, Sir Bubble. So here is the OC of another friend. Here's the OC of Baldwin. Not gonna lie, so there's a new Angry Bird Now, as I was saying, there is a brand new Angry Bird introduced called Gordon, and funny you should say, he looks a lot like Baldwin's OC, and a lot like Mordecai from regular shows, so yeah. It's Baldwin's OC, and I actually did give him feathers, so yeah. Now, this OC isn't the OC of a friend, but it's of a very big content creator. So here is the OC of Banjo Videos. Now, I did actually make him a tail, but unfortunately it fell off, and this guy cracked a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's cracks here if it weren't for the gray clay covering it. And yeah, there's a crack here, unfortunately. I made him out of the same clay that I made the pigs out of, which is probably why it looks very, his proportions are very off, so yeah. But I'm really proud of how this guy turned out, so yeah. I am pretty confident that that's all of the OCs I've made. Alright, there are actually a few more OCs. Here is Matilda's mom, Chica. Unfortunately, her eyelashes went away. I will probably redraw them with a Sharpie. So yeah, that's Chica. She's from Angry Birds Fantastic Adventures. So here is a figure of my friend Slasher. Now, I know this figure hasn't aged well, and I think his beak is coming off, but yeah. I don't know what happened to his eyebrows. But yeah, that's Slasher. So this is technically an OC, I guess you can say. Here's a little hatchling, which kind of looks like Joe, if I'm going to be honest. So I guess you can call this Baby Joe, huh? So here's an old model for Ollie, which I turned into just a white red, I guess. So yeah. So here are the final two ones. First of all, we got Mr. P, obviously. He debuted in the last episode. There you go. And here is this Rio Hal figure that I made. I think this looks pretty cool. Though he has also accumulated a lot of dust. And to the point where, like, there's something like this over here. I'm pretty sure that's not glue, though. I hope that his beak has never come off. At least I don't remember it coming off. But to be honest, like, these beaks come off so often to the point where I probably don't remember even patching them up because it's just so consistent. So yeah, that's Rio Hal. Alright, I put this guy here. So here is Prototype Chuck. Now, in Angry Birds Fantastic Adventures, this guy is called Bucky, but I like calling him Chucky. Oh, sorry, Slasher. Alright, so I patched back his hair, and this is Chucky. Now, here is Prototype Redbird, aka George. And my George turned out alright. I think it's good. It's alright. But yeah, this is George. In TLAB, George is Mighty Eagle's mentor. And just like Red, he is quirkless. So, he has no powers. Hey guys, CJ here. Sorry, I completely forgot about this guy. So, this guy, I made this guy a while back for Fire and Ice. I didn't know how he would appear, so I just scrapped him. I intended this guy to be Grandpappy Robin's old friend. And if you don't know who Grandpappy Robin is, he is Red, Terrence, and Minnie's grandfather. I didn't use this guy. I will potentially use him in the future. Let's see how his stuff goes. But yeah, this is how he looks. He has this. He's kind of like Mad-Eye Moody from Harry Potter. So yeah, this is. Let's call him Crimson. Now it's about time I show you guys all the pig accessories. Alright guys, now I'm going to be showing you guys the pig accessories. First of all, we got these Santa hats. They might be from Happy Holidays 2012, or they might be from the add-ons, or maybe even the advent calendar, but the seller who sent me this sent it in a lot, and these two just came with it, so yeah. Alright, so here are the space bubbles from the Angry Birds space game. So I have this one, which is a full one, and this one is, well, it's the other half. I have honestly no idea what I could use this for, but hey, I can find a use for it, hopefully. But not gonna lie, I really like this one. Here are the cowboy hats from Western Roundup, which one of them I used for Earl. Alright gentlemen, so I have these from Happy Holidays 2013. This one is exclusive, and I'm pretty sure you can get this one in the advent calendar too. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so here I got the construction hats. We got the 2011 ones, we got a 2011 one which is a knockoff, and all of these are 2013 ones. And this is not including the one that construction hat pig wears. If you include that one, then I have 5. Goodness gracious, I almost forgot about these guys. So here we have a K'NEX Red, which I got out of a blind bag. Same with Isaac. And Chuck and Bomb came from sets which I got from lots. Also, so I forgot to showcase these 3 Minion pigs. So we have these 3 small Minion pigs from K'NEX. So yeah, those are the ones I forgot to showcase. By the way, while showcasing bird sonas, I completely forgot about the fact that I made a bird sona of Zyastar. So Zyastar recently retired, but yeah. Hi guys, DJ here. So now I'm going to show you all my extras, but first I'm going to show you Red's evolution. So this is Red in the flashbacks in TLAB back in 2009 before he got his spots, and here's Red with his spots. Wow, that's quite the difference, not gonna lie. Oh, by the way, here are all my extra Reds. Well, I have quite a lot of them, including the K'NEX one. And I also have another one in Happy Holidays 2013. So in total, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Reds. Wow, that's just a lot. So here's another Red figure, but I am planning to use this as Grandpappy Robin. So this is technically Red's grandfather. Wow. I know, right? I can't believe that you're my grandson. Yeah, we look so much alike. Well, Grandpappy Robin in ABFA was a paper figure, but I think it's best if it's like this in TLAB. Alright, here's Chuck's evolution. So, this is Chuck in the flashbacks, this is Chuck now. Here are my extra Chucks. I have more extra Chucks up there. Alright, fun fact. So, I'm actually using the same bomb figure for the flashbacks, but I do have quite a lot of extra bombs, including one over here, which makes it 6. Woof, that's quite a lot. Alright, so here we have Matilda's evolution. So this is my first Matilda, this is the one I'm using right now, and these are extras. I mean, this one's good besides the back, but ooh, this guy looks like Herobrine. Alright, now here is Icebird's evolution. This is my first Icebird, and I would like to clarify that I wasn't the one who did this to his beak, it just came like that. Here is Icebird I use now. Here are my extra Icebirds, and here is the 2012 Icebird I was talking about. So, I don't know why, I just prefer this one that comes with the add-ons and stuff. And I'm pretty sure it comes in the 2013 Space Game too, if I'm not mistaken. And this is how he looked like in the 2012 version. So yeah, maybe I might use this in the future, who knows, but for now, I'm happy with my Icebird. Now we have Bubbles' evolution. Here's my first ever clay Bubbles. Here's the one I made out of sugar paste. His hair fell off, and I just had to use this. I think the paper one looks better, to be honest. And here's Bubbles now. And here are the extra Bubbles I don't use. And I got these thanks to Fox, so thank you so much, Fox. Now it's time for Stella's evolution. So unfortunately, I couldn't find the Stella that appeared in the first episode, but here is the Stella I used at the start of Season 1. It's still pretty good. Here is the Stella I use now. Here are my extra Stellas, and this is the Stella I plan on using from now on. I'll just give her a tail, and yeah, I'll use her. The reason why is pretty simple. Number one, this Stella is way too valuable, and secondly, it's just not that good looking, I'm gonna be honest. I think she looks better. The best thing about this one is the fact that it's more durable, because it's plastic. So, I don't know, I'll let you guys decide which Stella you want to see more in the series, so we'll see how it goes. And by the way, here I have Baby Blues. So here's Piggy McCool's evolution, and oh my goodness gracious, what a glow up. So this is the Piggy McCool I used to use, this is the Piggy McCool I use now. And here's the old Piggy McCool. So now here are my Lego Angry Birds figures. I got a Red, Chuck, Bomb, Mighty Eagle, which is probably the best one. I got Ross, I assume it's Ross. We got Leonard Mudbeard. We got Chef Pig, and we got Format Pig. And of course I have the King Pig's Castle set. And I have these two motorcycles. So here I have Happy Holidays 2013. So this is just a part of my plush collection. Now you can see the rest of them are up here. Alright, so these are the figures I have that are not telepods. Now let's do this. Is that all of it? Yep. Alright, so these are all my telepods, and some of these are not even telepods. I just come to notice, yeah. So with those out of the way, I'm pretty sure that's all my Star Wars figures, if I'm not mistaken. Alright guys, so I found this white Optimus Prime. It still transforms perfectly. Maybe not perfectly, but you know, it still transforms nevertheless. And unfortunately, its wheels aren't really doing the job anymore. And like, these aren't even wheels, they're just there. So yeah, with that out of the way, I think that's my entire collection. Alright ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope I haven't missed anything. If you like what you saw, then please like, subscribe, and share this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you again so much for 900 subscribers, and I'll catch you later.